And here we go. Hey, what is going on, everybody? It is Thursday night. Look at that. Smark is in his beautiful hat over there. It is Eve of July 4th, folks. That's right. Independence Day is tomorrow. But you got us tonight. You got me. I am Boxman. This is Wrestling Outlet. Thanks, everybody, for joining us already. And across from me, that patriotic fella himself. There he is.
You got a voice of generation, Smart. How are you?
I'm all right, man. It's been a crazy week. Strangely busy, but a crazy week. Ran around, did some stuff today, saw a few customers. Everybody was either closing at noon, or one of my customers was actually setting up for a barbecue, and then they were going to close at 2. So there's been a lot going on. And everybody was leaving today, and it's going to be a ghost town out there tomorrow.
Not imagine.
Got anything special going on tomorrow?
No, not a lot. Just hanging and banging. How about you?
All right. I'll actually be working at a fireworks place. So
from one of those little tent jobbers?
No, it's actually called Fireworks Warehouse. It's an actual real warehouse. So there's AC, and I'm not out there and, not out there sweating my balls off. This place, they've done this for over 20 years for the Scouts. Basically, I volunteer, go in, my kid gets hours, which my hours convert to money towards camping trips and so on and so forth.
I see.
Yeah. So that's what I'll be doing tomorrow. Tomorrow's a crazy day there, so we'll make sure it's under control. They said it gets a little crazy in there on July 4th, so I'll be packing heat. We're packing heat.
Plan on shooting children, are you?
What?
You said it's like a Boy Scouts related thing. And you're like, well, you said it gets crazy in there. So you're packing. It's like you plan on mowing down children?
No, they just said it gets just a lot of people. Just gets very crowded. A lot of just hard to get everyone checked out and everything. I'm just joking. I mean, I probably will be packing. I'm not the only one there that does, but it's all right.
Well, it's Texas, everyone.
Exactly. Everyone else is walking in with one, so I might as well have one with me too. Just to even things out, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Just to even things out, of course. But I did want to kick off this show real quick with a quick RIP to Michael Madsen, 67 years old, folks. This guy, you want to talk about... he's known for a lot of movies. Here's one thing we're going to get. We have 18 things that he's still in that are in post-production, completed, pre-production. There's a few things that are still coming out that he is going to be involved with that we're going to be able to enjoy Michael Madsen's work still. But he's been in 328 things, Smark. 328. That is unheard of. Just a few movies I remember him from. War Games back in 1983. He wasn't in there very long, but he was in the beginning of that movie with Matthew Broderick. He was in the Doors movie, if you remember. He played a good character in that movie. Loved him in the Doors. Reservoir Dogs. I literally just talked about this in one of the Hollywood Hangouts. This scene where he's, Mr. Blonde, where he's getting ready to kill the cop. Talked about all that. Beyond the Law. That's a movie that I reviewed. You can go check out that movie review on YouTube. It's actually pretty well viewed on YouTube. So you can check that out on Hollywood Hangouts YouTube. Donnie Brasco, he was also in, him and Johnny Depp. But don't forget, Smark, this guy was also a voice guy. He had a very intense acting style. He also had a very distinct voice. Grand Theft Auto 3.
That's right.
This was Tony. This was Tony Cipriani, Michael Madsen. But that game was ridiculous with stars. It had Frank Vincent, Joe Pantoliano, Michael Madsen, Michael Rappaport was in that game. Debbie Mazar, who was in Goodfellas also with Frank Vincent. They had a lot of really famous people in that game. But yeah, that game, he was in the game.
I mean,
Driver.
at a time too where it wasn't like the stories weren't as in depth, there weren't as much voice acting and like prominent like A-list level celebrities and actors, actresses in video games. It was one of the first ones.
Yeah, it really was, man, and it kept going from there because then you go to the Driver video game. You got Michael Madsen in that one as Tanner, which was one of the main characters.
Ving Rhames, the main character.
He was the main character. I played this so long ago. I don't even remember playing this game, but I know I've played it. Michael Madsen, Ving Rhames, Michelle Rodriguez, you know who she is. She's from the Fast and Furious series. Mickey Rourke played a character called Jericho. Ain't that funny? Iggy Pop was a voice in there. Emmanuel Bonami. I know where I've seen him somewhere. Where have I seen him? What's he known for, this guy? Usually plays a Russian, doesn't he? Oh, he was in the Half-Life video game also, Last Sign. Maybe I don't know him from anything. All right, I'm not going to go through this, and then he was in another video game after that called Narc, which is from 2005. Bill Bellamy was a voice in there. Michael Madsen was Detective Jack Frozinski. What a horrible name. Ron Perlman was the captain. Michael Winscott. So it definitely shot off, but man, Michael Madsen has done so many good things, especially, Donnie Brasco is one of my favorite mob movies. I know a lot of people say Goodfellas, but Donnie Brasco is such a good movie. I know a lot of it is not true, very embellished, but great fucking movie anyway. So, all right, bro, rest in peace to Michael Madsen. Definitely, appreciate all the movies he's given us and some great characters. He actually was in a episode of Blue Bloods not long ago too. Well, the show's been off the air now, but he was in one of the later Blue Bloods also. No, earlier. Yeah, because Jackie was his partner still. She left in season 4 or 5, so it had to be in the first few seasons. So, yeah, just and then Noreb says in here, Diogo Jota or Hoda, I don't know who that one is. Andre Silva, I didn't know that. I believe he's a soccer player.
They both are.
They both are?
Yeah, apparently it was a car accident. It says road accident in the New York Times website.
And they were together?
Seemingly, yes.
Oh, man, that's awful.
Yeah, they're brothers. Wow. Died after being involved in a car crash in Spain while the police confirmed The Athletic. The incident occurred at 0:30 local time Thursday morning. Should be like midnight 30. On the A52, a 400-kilometer, oh god, it's all fucking, we don't do the metric systems around here. This is America, goddammit. Carriageway running from Madrid to Spanish region of Galicia, north of Portugal, Providence. great for the geography lesson. But yes, anyways, long story short, they were in a car accident Thursday morning, so earlier this morning.
Oh, that's fucking awful, man. That is fucking awful, man. Oh, well, we're gonna start talking wrestling now. I hate to tell you folks, but definitely, that's fucked up. That's horrible. And I mean, I'm figuring they were active players, means they were really young guys, those two, right?
I think 95 for both of them, so 30.
30. Wow. Too young, man. Especially in something with a car accident. Too fucking young. But Saturday I will get deeper. I'll do a Michael Madsen tribute on Saturday night. So I will get a lot deeper into his work and a lot more. There you go. There you go. Norab, what's going on, my man? So let's go from the old circle of life, from death to life being started. Maria Kanellis and her husband, Mike Bennett.
Mm-hmm.
No one actually calls him that. They call him Mike Kanellis. They have announced that they were keeping a little secret, and the secret is they are having another kid. So there you go. She is pregnant right there. They already have two, as you can see right there. They're two kids, Freddie and their son Carver. So they're adding another one to their little family. Good for them. Announced this on X the other day.
I am so glad to have been an only child, because there is nothing, in my opinion, that is more embarrassing than the fucking matching t-shirts. Like, the matching t-shirts are just the worst.
Well, the kids,
only the mom thinks that shit is cute. The fucking kids don't want to do it. The dad doesn't want to do it. No one wants to do it.
For the kids, it's. I'm sorry, my wife will make my kids do it sometimes too. Like, come on, it's Easter. Let's put on our Easter colors, and I'm like, oh fuck, we're all gonna be in fucking purple.
Matching colors isn't as bad as being like I'm just like a shirt right there, big sister, big brother, fucking little baby one, and then like the matching. Soon. Well, I think.
Well, it says coming soon.
I think he already did.
It should say already came.
Done, went, and finished.
Yeah, coming soon. Yeah, right.
And there's jizz everywhere.
Exactly. Exactly. True Luck Packers fan. Like Cheese Man, another guy who doesn't know when to pull out. I can't say anything. I've got 3 running around this fucking house too. But anyway, won't happen again. So I swear, won't happen again. I promise. But hey, congratulations for them, man. Good for them. Mike Bennett does not. Mike Bennett looks a little different in this picture, all burlied out, bearded and burly. Looks like a lumberjack.
Mm-hmm.
They definitely look like they live in the country somewhere. Just the look of the house and the rocking chair out front. That's a country house.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I've seen plenty. Every day. So yeah, good luck to them. Good luck and congratulations to both of them. But folks, I believe we talked about this a few weeks ago, which was the late night, WWE late night. A lot of people were speculating, what could this be? What could late night be? Oh my God, they're doing a talk show again. They're going to try to get back into the late night talk show business. You'd be wrong. Very wrong. What they've done is, once again, they have joined up with Tony Hinchcliffe and friends to do another show called Late Night featuring Tony Hinchcliffe, and that's going to be coming up during SummerSlam. It's going to be in the Bergen Performing Arts Center in Inglewood, New Jersey at 11 p.m. Eastern time, so pretty fucking late for that one. But yeah, there you go. It was not even close to a late night talk show, folks. But there you go. That is what will be happening. Now, I don't know if they're ever going to actually put out that WrestleMania, that roast of WrestleMania show that they did. But I'd like to see it. So I don't know, but we can see WWE. This is straight off of WWE's corporate website that I got this from right here. So let's go ahead and do this. This actually was announced end of last week. It says WWE, part of TKO Group Holdings, today announced that WWE Late Night featuring Tony Hinchcliffe will take place. And I already told you that, so we don't need to get into that. Told you when already. The picture's up there. You can look at that. Hinchcliffe, the internationally renowned comedian. That might be taken a little too far for a lot of people. One of the top roasters in the world. I'll go with that. And mastermind behind Kill Tony. You got to give him that credit. Will bring together soon to be announced top comics, entertainers, and WWE superstars for an unforgettable night of laughs and huge surprises. Oh, yes. An exclusive pre-sale opportunity. There you go. Pre-sale, all that, blah, blah, blah. Go to Ticketmaster.com. But yeah, they're talking about what happened in April with the whole WrestleMania thing. So I don't know. You know, you had Miz there, Sami Zayn. I know Paul Heyman was out there. I think that I definitely hope eventually that'll get released somewhere. I don't know where, but I hope it will. But there you go, Smart.
Not even a video clip of that came out at all. Like nothing that came out.
Well, they weren't allowing any recording stuff in there. I'm sure somebody snuck one in their boot or boob.
That's not where I thought you were going with that.
Snuck one in their boot or boobs or butt or balls or vag. I don't know. Anywhere you could sneak a phone in. Just,
the old cell phone under the balls trick.
There you go. Of course, now they make fucking, put those little cameras on a button.
Mm.
Go to the spy shop down the road. A guy in a van. All right, you record. Stream this shit live.
I'm sure I have a spy shop down the road from me. I must not be paying attention. There's a lot of fake weed places, but not so much spy shops.
Those popped up everywhere quick, and I'll tell you what, the governor here vetoed the ban. They were trying to ban THC, all THC and all the hemp-based products. So he vetoed it, so everybody can get high.
Very good.
I don't got a problem with it. Fucking Paxton sitting up there screaming and yelling about, do you know what's in these gummies? I don't know. You know what's in fucking McDonald's food? No. Do you really know what's in the food you're eating in any restaurant you go to? Let's be honest. Nope. You don't. You don't.
Where do I want to know?
It's called trust. So, anywho, it did get vetoed. That's got nothing to do with this, though. But, yeah. So, like I said, everybody was speculating. Oh, and Caleb, as Norab said, Caleb Braxton, she was almost begging to come back. Oh, my God. This is all I've ever wanted to do. Well, that's not what they're doing. So, looks like you're shit out of luck, girl. I apologize. I'm sorry. You should start an OnlyFans. What everyone else is doing.
Mm-hmm.
Even men now, because you don't need to be nude anymore, I guess.
You never needed to before. That was the whole game of it.
The whole scam.
Mm-hmm. Basically, you try to make as much money as humanly possible without actually showing anything, and then once the money dried up, you justified closing it down by saying, "Well, people aren't paying for it." So people aren't paying for it because you're not giving them what was alluded to.
Yeah, yeah, but there's also people that will still pay for it. So, especially if you've got a little fame, if you've been on NXT, WWE.
One of these days, I like if I ever actually had the gumption or ingenuity, the stick-to-itiveness, I'd like to do like a YouTube video or like a segment this week or like one of these weeks where it's like just a tier ranking of all of the wrestling ones.
Of all the wrestling what?
All of the wrestling those pages, the wrestling pages on the OLF.
Oh. That would be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
It would be.
Just do the fucking reviews for each one.
Oh yeah. There you go. Stick-to-itiveness. I like that.
I think I'm gonna like wait a week where there's not like stories in the news about people like trying to come and kill them at their own public houses before I make like a video like that. Like you let that just simmer on the back burner for a minute.
I mean, trust me, we're getting to that after one more quick story. We'll get to that story about Liv Morgan. That is a disturbing story to hear. Not as disturbing as the Mandy Rose Sonya Deville story, but definitely a close second.
The fact that you can do a list based on the severity of the different stalkers is in and of itself a scary thing.
Oh, and we haven't even brought up Piss Milk Shit Guy yet.
I swear to God, that was in the back of my mind. I was just about to mention that because that is forever my hero. Because he never actually did anything to like jeopardize anyone's safety. He was just a real fucking weirdo.
He also took a bullet.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking
my
love.
Man's down for his cause.
That is fucking love right there. I'll tell you.
My favorite thing about that is like in the midst of him just like being like incredibly obsessed with AJ and like being convinced that he's going to be a pro wrestler or whatever. He kept like every post that he would make, he would hashtag it with Ghostbusters 3, which is the funniest shit.
Dude was nuts. But he did listen. If you guys remember, he made me a video on my birthday.
You think somebody paid for that, like cameo stuff?
I don't know. All I know is I turned it on and he didn't make me pay for it. It was just there. I was very. It's probably still on my page. I think it's still there. I never deleted it, so it should still be there somewhere. I forget. It was years ago though.
We should see if he wants to come on.
That was that was when me and you, I think, were just starting. So that's when it would have been. Because I remember telling you about it.
And I remember making the same suggestion of, hey, we should have him being like, hey, no, let's not have him know anything about our personal lives or details, which is like the prudent thing to do. But
yeah, I mean, God forbid he actually gets to like our company. Or like, oh shit, now we're dead. I mean,
if he comes to your house, you shoot him. If he comes to my house,
if he comes to my house, I'm not gonna miss.
Comes to my house, we'll hang out. I mean, we'll have a little.
I do practice my shooting. I'm not just some fucking novice. I go to the range because I was hoping I'd be able to do some shooting out here, but there's nowhere here I can do it. But I can always go to my dad's if I can't get to a range. I can just go drive down to my dad's house. He's got a range there. It's not really a range. It's more of a.
Just picturing that just being such a wildly different outcome in both scenarios. You shoot the guy, I spend 20 minutes talking with him about Teddy Hart, and then he just like goes about his merry way.
I mean, I would try to talk to him first. He got squirrely though.
Mm-hmm.
I do aim center mass. Let's put it that way. But anyway, folks, WWE reportedly has interest in AEW talent. Now I know what you're thinking. Oh, he's reading some rag dirt sheet, wrestling gofuckyourself.net or wrestlinggetfucked.org. Folks, this is by Newsweek.
Those are wildly different wrestling websites.
Well,
What they're doing is technically wrestling on those websites, but there's oil involved still.
but it's still Newsweek.
Mm-hmm.
This is Newsweek.
Newsweek.
Just don't expect
Super
Newsweek
show.
to be putting out articles like this. But anyway, it's saying there are a few key contracts coming up for AEW, and it's led to some speculation about some stars on the AEW roster. Now, this kind of goes back to what we talked about a few weeks ago, Smark, where Nick Khan basically said once their contracts are up, we'll definitely look into stealing them. That's a little paraphrased, but it's basically what he said. So, with that being said, it looks like they are interested in a couple of AEW stars. Not so sure I believe this first one, which would be Danhausen. I do think he would be a great character in WWE. I would really like to see how the WWE hardcores reacted to him, because they trashed him in AEW for the past, 4 years, or I guess 3 years. He hasn't been on TV much at all lately, which I don't get. Whenever he comes out, the guy is fucking hugely over. So I don't get why they're not bringing him back to TV. I think it's stupid. But Danhausen is one of them. And the other one they're supposedly interested in, and this one I totally believe, is Private Party. So I don't know, Smark. I mean, first of all, let's go ahead and go back to Danhausen real quick. What do you think about Danhausen?
I think it would make a wild trio. It'd be a very interesting stable.
With Private Party and Danhausen? All right, let's just start with just Danhausen for now.
And I don't think you want a guy that looks like that at your kind of party. That seems like that's some Diddy party energy right there, my friend.
Well, hey, listen, Diddy got off on the main charges.
Boy, did he ever!
Boy, did he! Oh, see what I did there? Did he? Yeah, he slipped right out of that one, didn't he? Just oiled up and slipped right out of those charges. Yes. Let's do it. Okay. Anyway, Danhausen. You think WWE really would be interested in getting a comedy character like Danhausen? Not all comedy. I don't think we've ever got to see.
Do I think that they want somebody who has a recognizable face and gimmick that can be placed on T-shirts and sold and mass-produced? Yes, I do. Look at that Mystery Quanta guy. They fucking made a quick buck off him. They made a quick buck off of Danhausen. I don't particularly like him, but he's marketable.
You just said something, and marketable is the key word there, because he probably would be. Could you imagine the WWE action figures, all the other shit that they could market for this guy? This is why I'm baffled AEW hasn't put this guy back on TV. They could do the same fucking thing.
They could, but I mean, they care more about just wrestling, and from a purely wrestling standpoint, he's not that good. And I'm not complaining because I don't like the guy, so him not being on my television every week, I'm thankful for it. But like you said, he is marketable. It is surprising, I guess, that they don't put him on TV more, because he does get a reaction at the very least.
Could have this guy out there as someone's fucking manager for a little while just to get him back on TV. Stuttering John worked at Newsweeds? What the fuck is Newsweeds?
I believe it was Newsweek, but it was a typo. But I like Newsweeds as a website.
So, yeah, I definitely think.
Speaking of marketable people, he also says WWE should rehire Luke Gallows and Baron Corbin. If you would have just put Corbin, I would have went along with it, but you throw Gallows in there, it does make me chuckle.
I think these guys are a little bit the opposite of
Oh no, Gallows will somehow
of
get
Mark.
another chance. Those motherfuckers always just show up in companies over and over again. The befuddlement of
Oh, they will. They'll just show up somewhere. But you hit the nail on the head. Danhausen definitely is a marketable, like you said, t-shirts, fucking socks, underwear, mugs,
His
everything
jar
you
of
can.
teeth, apparently. You could fucking make a little jar of teeth you could sell at the shows.
Oh, there you go. See? Make little fake, you put chiclets in there. Little chicle.
This is the same company that fucking sold hats with wigs attached.
For Enzo.
The
And
fucking
more,
Bella Twins.
not
No,
just
it was all the
Enzo.
female wrestlers. The fucking Bella Twins had some. I think Natty had one. It was very weird.
Oh, God. Good God, what male would, oh my God, bunch of guys buying those things, probably running around the house, jerking off. Doing the ass shake.
Running around while jerking off is a fucking hilarious image.
Yeah. And then they'll stop and do the little ass thing that fucking that Nikki does, and then just there's jizz everywhere. Okay. I don't have to get up for work tomorrow, so I don't give a fuck tonight. So, all right, we Danhausen. I think we've already established Danhausen probably. Now, Private Party. I definitely would like to see them move over to a WWE role. I think that they would actually do very well over there. I know the immediate comparisons that people would make, that they are like Street Profits. A little bit.
Why is that?
Why do you think? I mean, let's be honest here. They would be just like a Street Profit type team. Let's not fucking lie. But my God, there's a first feud. Might as well get it out air it out. Get it the fuck out. Air it the fuck out. And then I think these guys could do very well over there in WWE. Even on NXT. I think these guys, I believe, would probably start on NXT. Danhausen, I think, would probably be on NXT too to begin with. They'd probably test out his marketability over there first. The male version of Caden Carter and Katana Chance, or as we called him, KC Squared.
I mean, that's an interesting comparison. I like that kind of better than just being like, they are also black guys. Like, they sure are.
Dude, I'm sorry. I'm not the one that says this. I read fucking people online. Everyone made the fucking comparison. It's there. I'm sorry.
No, I'm not accusing you. It's just everyone does do that. And, I mean, Triple H would probably do that.
Probably.
Trina says, I know these guys. I saw them in a police lineup last week.
Yeah. There you go. They were. This ain't crime time. Damn it. All right. Anyway.
Well, he was riding his bike when there was a lightning strike, and now he reads real fast. He's good at science and math. Black doctor.
Anyway, some more deals are coming up soon, Smark. You ready to hear some of these? Jericho's contract is reportedly set to expire at the end of this year, which is, around the corner. We're over the old halfway hump of the year. So there, Jericho, I do not see Jericho going back to WWE. I don't think they have any more use for him. I think he's done everything that they need him to do over there. And let's face it, you think the people are making fun of his weight now? Let him go back to WWE. Renee Paquette, her deal is also set to be up this fall. I will literally cry if she is gone. I will. I'm not lying. Matt Menard and Angelo Parker. Apparently theirs run out in August, just a month away. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with all of them. I don't know. I mean, Matt Menard doing a little bit. Angelo Parker still, I think, still out with Ruby. Ruby is back in the ring. She took a picture the other day and posted it. I forget where she put. I think it was on Instagram, but it was. There you go. She is back in the ring training. I would love to see her back on TV. I think everyone knows I'm a fan of hers. Always have been. Even back in the Heidi Lovelace days, I was.
Sure.
So would love to see her back on TV again. And there you go. So, like I said, Smark, we did get Nick Khan saying when their contracts are up, we'll be willing to take pretty much all the motherfuckers.
Honestly, the Jericho one, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, never say never.
I would never say he's never going back, but I just think he has more flexibility here. I think he has power here.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's happier. I mean, look, he's, off right now doing a tour, which was very convenient because everyone was getting sick of him on TV anyway. Then he'll come back. Everyone will love him for 3 weeks and then they'll want him off TV again. So, it's a vicious cycle, but yeah, you're right. You're right. Never say never. I just think Jericho has a very good thing going here in AEW, and I don't see him wanting to go anywhere else. Matter of fact, I wouldn't doubt if before his tour, his contract was already renegotiated.
Could be.
That's not news. That's just my guess, folks. That's a complete guess. Please don't. Not that anyone would say Boxman said this, but don't do it. Don't do it. Fuck it. Do it. Fuck it, do it. Say we started a rumor. Let's do that. Jericho already resigned. His fat ass ain't going anywhere, bitches.
Look, it's already been proven that you could trick Meltzer into pretty much anything these days. You could probably fool him.
Fuck it then. That's what happened. Jericho already signed before his tour, folks. That's what happened. Mm-hmm. I heard it from a widow birdie.
That's right. If more than 2 people saw Dave Meltzer.
That's right.
That's what happened.
That's right. The birdie said, the little birdie said he heard it from a putty tat. And I believe that putty tat.
That's right.
That's right. That's right. So anyway, let's move on a little bit here. And this is where we're going to talk about Liv Morgan. Folks, we've as we said before, it's sad we have a list of people that have done this stuff before. Even Asuka, I think, even had to say, don't follow me to the airport or something like that, or my hotel. A lot of these female wrestlers, unfortunately, even some of the male wrestlers, let's be honest, but mostly female wrestlers have these creepy dudes. This one is a little extra creepy, and I'm not going to explain it. I think it's okay. We're going to play the Fox News in Orlando actually covered this, the local news in Orlando. So I went ahead and just pulled that from YouTube, and we're just going to go ahead and play it. That way I don't have to read to you. You don't have to listen to me, but here you go, folks. This is what happened.
All new at 10, scary images outside the home of a professional wrestler, Liv Morgan. A man with a rifle trying to get inside. This is just wild. Fortunately, she was not home at the time. Investigators say that rifle was actually an air gun. Sean Chan was arrested last month. He's now facing charges in Pasco County.
Fox 35's Hannah McKenzie's live outside the WWE Performance Center. Hannah, the suspect flew all the way from Canada to Orlando and then drove to her home.
Marlisa, that's exactly right. And according to federal documents, he made the trip on the very same day he received his passport. When he arrived at MCO, he told agents at U.S. Customs that he was staying here at the WWE training facility, which isn't even an option. Instead, a few days later, he headed 2 hours away from here to the home of WWE wrestler Liv Morgan. A BB gun, a backpack, and an attempted break-in. Pasco County Sheriff's deputies say this is Sean Chan, the 41-year-old showing up to WWE superstar Liv Morgan's Pasco County home on May 31st. Her surveillance cameras caught him circling the house twice. The BB gun isn't even Chan's. Deputies say it was on Morgan's front porch. According to documents, Chan tried to get into the home and even appeared to look for a spare key under the doormat. He stayed there for more than 2 hours, leaving behind a handwritten note. "It's me, Sean, the guy you all hang out with on FF2 online," he writes. "You all disrespected, exploited, and invaded my privacy on a daily basis. I came here to pay just a friendly visit, nothing more, yet I'm the one who looks like a stalker. Thanks to all of you."
I'm caught charged for having these goods!
Back in 2015, this man, Armando Montalvo, was shot by a deputy outside the WWE Performance Center in Orlando. He was there armed with a knife,
our boy.
trying to
There's
meet
the
a
boy.
female
There he is.
wrestler. He survived, and WWE filed a restraining order. Incidents like these aren't unusual for those in the public eye, says Susan Constantine. The only upside, she says, there is a pattern to stalking behavior, making a suspect's moves somewhat predictable.
The first stage is fantasy, second stage is planning, third stage is the approach, and then the fourth one is fixation. And that's where it starts to escalate, and that's when a person can be in danger.
Constantine adds it's fortunate Morgan wasn't home, as there's no telling what was inside that backpack.
Boy, she really dodged a bullet. That was really quite scary.
3 days later, Chan was arrested on June 3rd here at the Performance Center by Orange County deputies. He'd shown up to an event and security recognized his face. Chan is now charged with burglary. A federal indictment involving the FBI shows he's also facing a charge for interstate stalking. When Chan was taken into custody, deputies also found 2 vials of liquid with Chinese writing on him. When asked what it was, he allegedly told deputies they were both medicine meant to treat injuries, one of which was supposed to stop bleeding. Live in Orange County, Hannah McKenzie, Fox 35 News.
Whew, okay, let me make something clear. They are not the problem, you are.
You're Chinese.
He's actually Canadian.
I mean, they said the vial had Chinese writing on it. I think it counts.
Correct. You are right. It did. So there it is. Some pretty scary things about that whole thing right there. Number one, let's just go back to.
Actually, no. Number one, let's talk about that hairline. That hairline is
first of all.
intense.
The hairline says crazy man right there. I agree.
No, seriously, how do you, like, okay, it is what it is. Like, how you're working immigrations, you're deciding who gets visas. How do you see that and not say this motherfucker looks suspect?
I don't know. And the fact that I don't know which customs on one side or the other had to have fucked up, because this guy got a passport and traveled the same day into the United States. So I don't know which customs fucked up, and I'm not blaming either one of them, but one of them definitely should have at least tried to. This guy just looks fucking nuts. I'm sorry. Liv Morgan, why do you have a BB gun hanging around? What is she shooting with that? I don't know. I don't know what she's doing with that. That was a pretty cool looking BB gun though. But good thing she wasn't home.
Asian guy who plays Final Fantasy. What?
Oh, I know. Amazing, right? Good thing she wasn't home.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely a good thing she wasn't home. And that was the weird thing, too. Was like he wrote a note that was like, you motherfuckers think I'm crazy. Well, this will prove that I'm not crazy. It's like, no.
Oh, yeah. Turned himself right into the victim. Right into the victim on this. Oh, now I'm the crazy one. Well, yeah, you kind of stalked her, dude. That's crazy man behavior. I definitely agree with that. So, yeah, so there was that. So luckily that was only a BB gun. Let's put it that way. Luckily she wasn't home. He tried to break in, left a note, looked for a key. Thank God she doesn't have one of those keys out there. And then it took 3 more days to arrest this guy, and he went to an event, which is just as scary.
So, like, if she saw the note, I don't know if she saw the note or who found the note, whatever. Like, imagine how confused she was, because there was a whole bunch of vague bullshit about a Final Fantasy XI community. It's like, what? Huh? Because that's what the FF2 was about.
Yeah. So there is a lot of disturbing in this story, but
and then imagine my surprise and delight when things took a lighter shift when right in the middle of the news story they shifted to my man, your best friend, our best friend, Mr. Armando.
I'm just glad they brought him in, brought him up. Look at him in that article. Look at him getting his fucking moment on television.
They're fucking taking him to jail. He's yelling free haircuts for life. I love that motherfucker.
I don't think he's in jail anymore. After they shot him, I think they were like, well, he's had enough.
I mean, tit for tat, you know.
I mean, I don't know.
That motherfucker hit a picture perfect fucking Shawn Michaels pose too. That was amazing that they want me because I got these guns and he fucking
he was in shape too. He was in shape. Let's give him a little credit.
There's got to be somebody in that company, and by somebody I mean probably Michael Hayes when he was still there, that would have saw that and been like, you know what, maybe we could work with him. Like we could probably get him to not be crazy. Like he's dedicated. He wants to work here. He's got good charisma. He's good talking.
Yeah. Yeah, and on this story though, to be honest, it sounds like United States Customs fucked up. Because
I feel like this was purposeful. I feel like it was United States Customs, and I do feel like this was on purpose. Because how do you argue that they profile people if they let this motherfucker in?
Well, when he said he was staying at the performance center is when they should have been like, how the fuck are you staying there? That's not a hotel. But I guess if you don't know wrestling, it's just like, oh, well, I don't even know what that place is, so go.
Mm-hmm.
But
I mean, it's not... Sorry.
No, he drove 2 hours to Liv Morgan's house. So I'm figuring if that was in Orlando, 2 hours, he must have landed in like Jacksonville. That must have been where he went to.
Just imagine some fucking psych on Twitter being like, see, he landed in Jacksonville. He didn't care anything about AEW. He wanted to stop WWE people because that's the best company.
You never know. Yeah, who knows? Yeah, we heard the note. But yeah, there's just so much, and it's like this is becoming like a thing. Like we hear this like almost every couple of weeks, and I'll tell you what's even scarier, I guarantee, the ones we don't hear about. The ones that they just deal with on their own or don't feel that scary about, or that we just don't even hear about. That's probably the scariest part of everything is these women probably deal with a lot more that we don't even that aren't reported. So man,
it's not the same at all. But there was a moment in TNA where it was Impact at the time, where they had Scarlett Bordeaux announce that she was looking for clients to represent. Mm-hmm. So they had people send in videos, and I was sitting there thinking, I was like, God bless, like God help and God bless whoever actually had to look through these fucking videos, because they had to be the most horrific things to ever. Just oh my God, just the type of nut jobs that send videos into that fucking contest.
Shit, that was like OnlyFans before OnlyFans.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, good thing she wasn't home. And like I said, though, this is just becoming a thing, and it's getting a little creepy. And it's just too easy to find people online now. It's just too fucking easy.
That honestly, my question is, how the fuck do you even find out this information?
You get a real name, you start looking around. If you got a little cash, you can do things online that, you know, if you don't mind spending money on websites, you can find this shit.
Yeah, I suppose.
You can find this out. You can find out an address and her real name. You look up her real name, it's right there online. You go from there.
Hey, my God, if you say her real name out loud, I'm pretty sure you sound the fucking Babadook. There's a lot of just vowels and Latin things. I think she's Italian, but I could not pronounce it for $1 million if you look it up.
What is her real name? Liv Morgan. Real name.
If you look up her real name, if you look up Mike Bailey's real name, they're both fucking one.
All right. Liv Morgan's real name is Gianna Jean Daddio.
It's very Italian.
Or Gianna Daddio. There you go. Look up whose?
Mike Bailey. If you look at Mike Bailey is literally just a fucking randomly generated series of vowels. It's the most French shit you'll ever see in your life, I promise you.
Oh, Jesus. Emile Charles.
Good luck. Good luck. It's all just vowels.
Bayorgan Laberge. He's Canadian too. Speaking of Canadians, that worked right in. I did think it was funny. A lot of people thought when he came over from, I think he came over from what, DDT or something like that over in Japan.
Yeah, he was there.
And a lot of people were like, "Oh, I'm not even sure he speaks English." It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Guy speaks fucking English. Don't worry about it. Jesus, calm yourselves. But anyway,
at least you think that fucking Lord Tensai thing where you just had Albert come back and he suddenly knew Japanese, but he barely knew Japanese.
Jesus, horrible. Smark, I found an interesting story out of California that I wanted to. It was from last week, but it was pretty cool. I don't know if you checked this one out as you were going through what I sent you. If you go through what I sent you. But I got this story out of California. I thought it was a pretty cool story, and I just thought I'd bring it up on here. So it was an indie promotion that they were at, and it was a couple months ago that this happened. Guy's name is Josh Little. He's known as Surf Samurai in the wrestling world, and he had a match. It was at the Penal Public Library. That tells you how small this little company is. I'm just a little company. He was headlining a match with a crowd, mostly kids in the crowd. But after the match, he kind of suffered a little bullshit after the match. So he was the main event. He said he wrestled the match. Everything was fine. And then this was back in April when this happened. So he made his way back to they made a conference room into a locker room for them. Sat down, and his heart just stopped. And he fell to the floor. And at that moment, he was officially dead. They had no nurse, no doctor on site, nothing, which is surprising. I thought indie shows had to have a doctor on site. So seeing him collapse, Alex Bell, who in Supreme Pro Wrestling, which is where they were, is known as Eliza Hammer. She is actually he trained her, and they've been tag team partners before. Let me go ahead and throw this picture up right here. Here they are together in the ring. You see old Mr. Little is not exactly a young fella at all. Not a young fella. But that's Alex Bell beside him, who decided she was going to start giving him CPR. So she did. She starts giving him CPR, and she was like, oh my God. She was freaking out because she's like, this isn't going to work. She said, this hardly ever works. This almost never works. And by the way, she is an EMT in real life. She didn't realize how long she was doing it, but it was 3 or 4 minutes, and she actually saved his life. He's alive because of her. He said, I was told 3 to 4 minutes was how long I was technically dead. I didn't see a light or anything, but I had a sensation of being pulled back before I woke up. The percentage of people to survive is 0.00001%. So I shouldn't have survived anyway. But the fact I did, and my brain and body are still working, nobody can understand how that happened. They still don't know what caused his heart to stop, but they did put in one of those internal defibrillators just in case. Now, a month later, he gets back in the ring, but not to wrestle.
Yeah.
He did retire. I do like how he retired. He said, people would always say you're 30, 40, you're 50. How much longer can you do that? And I was very clear. I was going to wrestle until the day I died. Then he says to the crowd, I pulled that off. So he is now retired. And there you go. His partner saved his life. I thought it was a cool story that we should just talk about.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool. Sitting there, I mean, kind of brings you back to, not the same type of thing, but Jerry Lawler when happened to him. And, luckily the doctors were there to save him. But, luckily she's an EMT and jumped in there and was able to save his life. And I don't know how old this guy is, but he's definitely, as I said, he's not a young fella.
I was going to say, I don't think this is exactly a Jerry Lawler situation because that girl looks to be at least over 18.
Well, there's that. That's the other situation. But he's I just thought it was a pretty cool story. Your mentor, trainer, and partner jumps in there to save your life, who thank God happens to be an EMT and knows how to do CPR, which might have just kept him enough to where the ambulance got there. So I don't know. I just read it, thought it was a cool story. I'm sure no one else is bringing this story up either, but let me see, where did I find this story? I mean, no one's going to KCRA3 in Sacramento, California to find this article.
Now you dig it deep. I like it. Doing some sleuthing.
Kind of. Just, got Google. I got Google, so, got just Google.
Google. Right on.
Little Google. There you go. Like I said, I thought that was a pretty cool story. I thought we could just talk about it real quick, get into it. But all right, here's a good one.
Real quick, is if she's an EMT and she said she was doing like the mouth to mouth, she was saying that it never works. Like, that's kind of alarming. I wasn't aware that shit like never works. That it's just like bullshit. Like, this is fucking fake. You see the shit on TV, it doesn't actually do anything. The fucker is dead as shit. It's like,
Yeah.
That's okay. It's not very reassuring.
She said it never works. And then I guess one time, luckily it did work. And, I'm sorry, Packers fan. No, that wasn't Chris Jericho. That was, what was his name? Josh Little, I said. Josh Little, Littell. Sir Samurai. Did look a little Jericho-like, but not Jericho-like.
That one got me good. That one's going to start for me.
So, if you guys like Busted Open Radio, Smark, I know you're a huge fan, right?
Love that Bubba Ray.
Love that show. Absolutely. Everyone does.
I patterned my diet plan after him.
Oh my gosh, really?
For several years.
Just sugar. Just lots of sugar.
Mm-hmm. Just straight
well, if you like the guys over at Busted Open Radio, you can now listen to Pro Wrestling Nation 24/7. It will take over channel 156. This happened actually 2 days ago on July 1st on Sirius XM radios. You can even, if you have the app or the web player, you can pay for it. You can do it on there. So now you will get their own full-time channel that covers all events and storylines 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. That's right. There you go, folks. What do you think about that, Smark?
Sorry, I had to sneeze. Sorry, I couldn't get that proper reference. I will certainly go ahead and program that right in the presets, right between fucking Hair Nation and Kelly Clarkson Radio.
There you go. There you go.
Which are both real channels, by the way.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. They have a bunch of different channels on this on there. My dad listens to the Elvis channel all the time.
Not at all a surprise.
Yeah, no, not a surprise at all. But so yeah, basically they are taking the Busted Open show, and you are going to it'll kick off every day live, airing from 9 a.m. to noon. So they're going to have a 3-hour episode, and then it's going to be a daily lineup, and they're going to have a bunch of new live shows. So they're probably going to add a bunch of different shows, and of course Sam Roberts is probably going to be going over there. Actually, they're saying he is going to be going over there to do a show. Sam Roberts has been on Sirius XM forever. He was an intern on Opie and Anthony way back in the day. I think we talked about this last week. Guy has made a pretty good living for himself doing what he's doing. So that actually it's going to be from noon to 2, Monday through Thursday. And on Fridays from noon to 2, you're going to get Peter Rosenberg on there. And it's going to be Cheap Heat Live, which I believe was the name of his last show. Cheap Heat, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. You're also going to get from 2 to 4 p.m. Eastern time every weekday. Oh, my God. I can't believe they brought this fucking liar on here. Jonathan Coachman, Off the Ropes. And he'll be joined by all kinds of different co-hosts and guests and stuff. But it looks like Natalia will also. This is where it's going to get weird. Natalia has a show that is going to be every Thursday from 11 to noon. And it'll take over the 3rd hour of the Busted Open show every week on Thursdays.
Just a 7 hour for talking to her cats.
Probably exactly what it's going to be. Matt Cardona is supposed to be a part of this, and he's going to be appearing every week doing different things. And starting at 4 in the afternoon, they're going to start just replaying all this bullshit. So you're just going to get replay. This is what they used to do with the Opie and Anthony channel, folks. They just play the shows throughout the day and then replay them all at night. So that's what's going to happen. But you are going to get 24/7. Oh, can you take it? Can you beat that? Are you all excited for 24/7 wrestling? Norab, good comment. Rosenberg stinks. What happened to Smark? Where'd he go? He left me. He's back.
I'm here.
There you go. So there you go.
Wrestling radio station. How did they not just have like music, the theme songs playing?
Well, that
like I mean,
that's licensing.
Yeah, but at Sirius XM, they play music. It's fucking satellite radio. You figure that they could play some of those songs at the very least.
Yeah, they probably could. They probably could, but they're not going to. They may. You never know. They might add one of those old theme song shows or something like that. And then you never know. But there you go. 24/7 wrestling. Once again, channel 156 on your Sirius XM dial.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. That's right. Tune in. Tune in to Channel 156 on your Sirius XM.
I will send them an email with our application. See if we can do like the 2 a.m. slot.
Public service announcement from True North Packers fan AJ Styles. Get off the roids.
Get off.
Too little. He did that before, and he got all looked like fucking Benoit looking. No, I'm not saying he's going to do that. Please don't even go there with me.
The PlayStation is in the enclosed pool area.
I'm talking just looks, not mentality or mental whatever you want to fucking say.
Hey, come look at this Bowflex for a minute. I got some out that won't show.
Actually, AJ's probably a good dude. I wouldn't doubt it.
Oh, he's one of the best. And there it is.
What's up, man? Just had a question for AJ. I was just wondering how you feel about your large following in the gay community.
The gay community?
That's just yeah, because I think it's mainly attributed to your looks.
Oh, God. Get rid of him.
Get rid of him. You know, you got that. And then literally last night on fucking wrestling, you had the Homos for Hangman sign up there, and he didn't
what a strange charity.
What?
I said that is the strangest charity I've ever heard of.
Hey man, you got to have it out there. You also had the weird guy, the guy in the no swastikas shirt, no Nazi shirt. I don't know if they realize, as a Jewish guy, that's still offensive to me and to a lot of Jewish people. It's still offensive to wear a swastika, even with the little Ghostbuster line through it. No, it's still. Besides, it's not true. Put it this way: one side was carving swastikas into Teslas. One side wasn't. Just saying.
To racism.
No.
What? What? No. It's not what I said. Homos for Hangman. Anyway. Anyway.
I didn't see that sign, and now I regret not seeing this.
They were actually showing the guy in the shirt I was talking about, the no Nazi shirt. And literally in the right of the screen, you know what? I'll try to find it. And when we're talking, you know what? I'll try to find it when we're talking about Dynamite, because it was pretty close to the beginning. I could probably get it. And once I find it, I can take a quick picture of it. It was because it was right in the beginning when Hangman was out there. Wait a minute. Let me see here. He's out there. Oh, wait. I just saw it. I just saw it. Hold on. But there's a better picture of it. I'm gonna have to get that'll work. That'll work. Shift S. Give me a second.
I suppose there's a lot of overlap in that community because of the mustaches and the chaps and all that.
Yeah, let's see if that'll pull up here. Let's go into pictures. Let's see if that picture will pull up, or it's too big. Right there.
Oh yeah.
See it?
Okay.
See it?
I do.
There it is. And the Nazi guy's right down here somewhere, but there it is. Homos for Hangman. How did you not see that?
I think I saw the rainbow. I think I didn't read what it actually said.
Yeah. That is a strange charity. You are correct. But we'll get to AEW later. Right now, we're going to talk a little bit of WWE. And they have Netflix has released some details on that little talk show they're doing. Not talk show. The reality. Yeah, the reality show, WWE Unreal, was supposed to be going back into the, into the creative meetings and everything with the executive producers and all that stuff. The show is produced by Omaha Productions, NFL Films, Skydance Sports, and WWE. And there's a lot of people involved in this, believe it or not. Didn't realize how many people were involved in this, but you got Eric Powers is the showrunner. You got Ross Keedover, Jessica Body, Ken Rogers, not that Kenny Rogers. But yeah, a lot of different things going on here. But here we go. Episode 1. Ready for Mark for episode 1? We've got that one's going to be looking at the premiere on Netflix, and it's going to feature mostly CM Punk, Cody Rhodes, and Rhea Ripley. And we got the second episode. It's a 5-episode show. Second episode is going to focus on the men's Royal Rumble match and the feud between Cody and Kevin Owens. And there's going to be a little spotlight on Jey Uso as well in that second episode. Third episode is going to be focused on the women, particularly Chelsea Green, women the U.S. title. Charlotte Flair returning. Of course, you got to give her TV time. The women's Royal Rumble and Elimination Chamber and a spotlight on Bianca Belair. That's cool. The Rumble episodes have a feature that follows a wrestler through the match in a continuous sequence. And it was described as visually compelling.
Which surely means it is.
It's probably the ones that, for a while, they were giving those cams to everybody.
It was described as, quote, not gory at all.
Well, there you go. Episode 4. We're going to cover John Cena's heel turn at Elimination Chamber and how far they went to keep it a secret. Also looks at the men's Elimination Chamber match and the New Day's heel turn, which is just going over so well. And Nick Khan will speak on this episode. It's going to feature appearances from The Rock and Brian Gerwitz. Interesting. Then we've got episode 5. It's going to focus on WrestleMania, specifically Gunther and Jey Uso, CM Punk versus Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns, Io Sky versus Rhea Ripley versus Bianca Belair, and Cody Rhodes versus John Cena. It will include a scene of Triple H getting notes for the next night's Raw to highlight how WWE's creative process is continuous. There you go. You going to be checking this out, you think?
Probably not. I mean, I don't know. Like, how do you feel about it? Because I've seen a lot of people that are like just kind of not wild about the fact that just as soon as they do stuff, they tell you how they did it. Where it's like kind of just, I don't know, for some people it kind of gets in the way of the immersion and like the suspension of disbelief where like as soon as something happens, it's like, well, here's how we did it. Aren't we the smartest? Like all the self-congratulatory type shit.
I think we're still going to get a lot of bullshit, not as behind the scenes as you guys think. I don't think they're going to get as deep as you. This is fucking wrestling. They're only going to get as deep as they want you to get. And you're not going to get, I mean, we all know it's scripted. We all know it's, there is a script. We all know this. So you're not really tearing down a fourth wall that has never been torn down. So I'm sorry if it's still real to some of you, but I mean, do you get mad when there's the making of so-and-so movie? Do you buy the Blu-ray just to get the behind the scenes shit? It's the same concept, in my opinion.
I feel like this company should avoid the behind the scenes shit for various reasons. A little bit too much of that in the past.
Well, you got a point there, but it's just it's how they've been doing it lately. I mean, we know there is behind the scenes things going on. We all know there's a fucking script. We've been told this for fucking years. You can listen to WWE's promos and know most of them are scripted. We know the matches are too. We know, well, not scripted, they're the outcome is determined. We know that. So it's, and again, I don't think they're going to get as deep as everybody thinks. I mean, you heard what I just read. It looks like they're still going to focus on the wrestlers, the wrestling. I really think you're just going to get backstage. Okay, this is them in Gorilla before they go out to the match. That's about as far as you're going to get.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's kind of cool to have that access, but like you said, like when they have such control over everything and they like edit out or just sort of omit anything that's actually interesting or compelling, it's kind of just like, what's the point of really watching? Because you're watching what's supposed to be behind the scenes, but it's still sort of the same. They're still in charge of editing everything and like presenting the sort of narrative that they want to provide for you in the first place. So it's kind of a waste of time. Like, sort of the parallel for me at least was over the off season last year before the actual NFL season started. They always do Hard Knocks, and the team that they did Hard Knocks on this year or last year, I guess, because it was the prior season, was the Bears. And like there was all this like information that came out where it's like they were purposely telling the players not to swear and do this, do that, and like all the sort of like behind the scenes type of shit that you would actually like to see from a show like that for that particular season was just very controlled and edited, and you didn't really get to see that much of anything interesting or compelling. So I just, even though they're my team, I didn't bother watching because it's like it's just kind of wasting time. You're not really learning anything new or seeing anything interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I get it, but I mean, we may see like I said, we may see a couple of things. They may take you. I mean, for those of us who have watched Beyond the Mat, they were basically in the fucking creative room talking to draws.
Mm-hmm. That was cool.
Yeah, nothing we haven't seen before. I don't think we are going to see anything that we're like, oh, I never knew they did that. I think we're just going to be like, us fans are going to be, let's face it, the IWC is going to tear this apart no matter what, because we're fucking a bunch of know-it-all pieces of shit.
Hell, I mean,
what? Pardon me?
I said, hell yeah. Wait, what? I thought you were saying something good about us.
No, not at all. I mean, listen, no matter how we are part of this IWC, unfortunately. I don't think we're the toxic part of it, but I guess if you don't think you're toxic, maybe you're toxic. I don't know how it works in 2025 anymore.
I was going to say, speak for yourself, but yeah.
Well, I don't know. Oh, are we toxic? Wait a minute. Wait, what?
I mean,
we could be. We're some kind of ick or something.
Some kind of wonderful.
No, we're definitely not some kind of wonderful. Maybe. Hopefully someone thinks we are. But anyway, let's move on to our last little story here and there where we can get into the AE dubs.
I personally don't see anything toxic.
Get him out of here! He's got AIDS!
Well, that's transmitted, not toxic. It's not like it's contagious. I mean, so folks, a lot of people were talking about this.
Sure, says behind the scenes does tend to ruin the illusion of porn.
Well, they even have about BTS movies for those, so you can always check those out. They're a little weird. But speaking of movies and behind the scenes,
some of them overlap with the wrestlers.
Very true. Very, very, very true. Thank you, Paige. We talked, I don't remember if it was last week or the week before, we talked about this new Street Fighter movie coming out, and Roman Reigns has been actually announced, and it's now announced that Cody might also be in this movie. Roman Reigns is going to be playing Akuma. I don't know if you ever played Street Fighter. I didn't actually have a picture of this. I don't know why I didn't put it up here of the character he would be playing. Right here. Where'd it go? Where did you go? There you are. There it is right there. But some of the people that are already chosen for this movie, and this this character shit is all over the place. This movie is weird. But let's see how this is going to work out. We got Roman Reigns playing Akuma, Jason Momoa playing Blanca, the disgraced boxer in this movie. Which, if you look at Jason Momoa and Roman Reigns, they're not too far apart in the looks department. They almost look alike, is what I'm saying. Maybe it's the tattoo. So they've also hired for this movie already Andrew Koji playing Ryu, Noah Centineo playing Ken, Ryu's friend, Ken Masters, Kalina Ling playing Chung Li, Orville Peck as Vega, 50 Cent as Balrog, and Andrew Schultz, comedian Andrew Schultz, is that who we're talking about? As Dan Hibke? Or Dan Hibiki? Okay.
Is it possible you're thinking of Andrew Santino?
It says Andrew Schultz.
Well, no, when you say comedian, though.
Hold on. Let me look this up. Let's see if I'm going crazy here. No, I'm right.
Oh,
comedian. No, comedian Andrew Schultz has been cast as. Yeah, it's him, the comedian.
Huh.
All right. And yeah, Cody Rhodes will be playing Giles. So Smark will not be watching this movie.
I will say I'm excited about Jack Black being the Honda. That shit's gonna fucking rule, dude. You always have to have Jack Black in one of these. He adds the prestige. Kevin Hart will be in there somewhere. He'll probably be fucking Ken or Ryu. I don't know.
No, we already had a Ken and Ryu in this, but I'm sure they'll find a place for him. I'm sure they will, but I don't know. Honestly, you for Roman Reigns, I think good casting for this live action. Probably look pretty cool.
What I don't understand is like you hired two Samoan people, which I don't think there's any Samoan Street Fighter characters, but you hired two Samoan people that look nearly identical in a movie about a game series that's about two brothers, and you don't have them be either of the brothers. Like that should have been your Ken and Ryu. That was right fucking there.
But the brothers are very. They were very. How do I say this? White.
Yes, but there's no. I don't. As far as I know, there's no Samoans in Street Fighter anyway. So you're making the Samoan person either Japanese or white in this instance. So who fucking cares? Make him Ken and Ryu.
Well, I mean, you see the character; they don't look exactly white in this movie, in this picture.
I think Kuma's Asian, but I don't know that for sure.
I don't know. Let's go ahead and look. Let's see. Or are you talking about Blanca, who Jason Momoa was playing?
Well, you're saying Roman Reigns was Akuma.
Yeah.
Blanca, I believe, is fucking green, so I don't even know what that's about.
Let's see. Roman Reigns is playing Akuma, the powerful fighter driven by dark energy in the Street Fighter series, who appeared first in Street Fighter 2 Turbo, 1994, the younger brother of Gauken, who is Ryu and Ken's master. Jason Momoa is playing a character called Blanca, which would seem white.
Who the fuck is the green one, man? Jesus Christ.
I don't know. Jason Momoa. All right, let's see here. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, Black, I'm right. Black is the green mutant looking dude. With the indicative chest hair.
Well,
yeah, see, Gordon's right. Black is green. Blanca equals green.
Blanca's green.
Get the guy who went to Liv Morgan's house to play young. He already has that hair.
Oh my Lord. Too soon. My God.
I think that's going to run into production issues. You're going to have to wait a while before you get with the movie out.
Got to get funding at least.
But that count as released?
All right, Norab. Can we not? All right, now we're splitting fucking hairs here.
I don't think 50-50. I don't think they like to be referred to as 50-50 either. That could be potentially problematic.
Okay. Let's just call them mixed.
But yeah, no, there's a fucking 80-page Wikipedia article about Akuma, so I'm never going to figure out whether or not he is Japanese or not. So
yeah, let's not bother. But let's go ahead and roll through a little bit of AEW, folks, and we'll
hey,
fuck out. What?
I got one for you real quick here. This is from Hollywood Reporter, since we're the day 4th of July Eve, as it were. This is a 18-song 4th of July playlist.
Oh,
so I'll just list you the songs that they have here, right?
All right.
If any of these resonate with you, you can talk about them for a second. They have got on here, just in order, I guess, God Bless the USA. Proud to be an American, or at least I know I'm free. You know, that jam.
Lee Greenwood, absolutely. No one, not good song. Good song.
We got Back in the USA by Chuck Berry.
Fuck yeah.
Surfing USA by the Beastie Boys. Or not the Beastie Boys.
Whoa.
Yes, their cover. Surfing USA by the Beach Boys.
Actually, one of the singers of the Beach Boys recently passed. I actually saw them in concert, believe it or not. One of my, not my first concert, but a very early concert for me, I saw when I was 15 years old.
See, and so did one of the members of the Beastie Boys. So it ties together. Both of them are missing a member.
True.
Like like John Bobbitt. This Land Is Your Land by Woody Guthrie.
Uh-huh.
You got America by Simon and Garfunkel. Who doesn't know Simon?
Yep. Good one.
American Woman by The Who.
Gotta hear a little American Woman.
Born in the USA by Bruce Springsteen.
Got it. You know what? I don't give a fuck. Bruce Springsteen's a little fucking weirdo, but gotta love some of his songs. Very catchy, very 80s, very, very successful.
Should have put the hat on for this one.
Oh, hell yeah. Patriotic.
Okay, American Girl by Tom Petty and Heartbreakers, of course. American Pie by Don McLean.
All right. Always a great one. Bye,
Kids.
Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee. Go ahead.
You got Kids in America by Kim Wilde.
Okay.
Son by CCR, of course.
Oh, you're about to get you put that on when the fucking shit goes down and the fireworks are about to start, because that's one of those songs that start playing when the shit's getting fucking heavy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Let's see, and you start to reach a little bit controversial territory here, because you have American Idiot by Green Day. You have Jack and Diane by John Cougar Mellencamp. Of course.
Known as a patriotic song, really?
It has Little Diddy, Jack and Diane, two American kids.
Growing up in the heartland.
Basically, the parameter for this list, this is again from HollywoodReporter.com, is just if they mention America in any way, shape, or form. There's only a couple songs left because there's only 18. So, of course,
Small Town would have been just as American. All right, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, this one is inarguable, courtesy of the Red, White, and Blue by Toby Keith, of course.
Hell yeah. That's right. I think that's the one where he tells the Taliban to shove it up their ass.
That's right. It wasn't just one of many. There was a CD, multiple CDs. White America by Eminem. You got Party in the USA by Miley Cyrus. Made in America by Kanye West and Jay-Z. Kanye West, not your favorite person, but anyways, Pink Houses, John Cougar Mellencamp again. We're back. We got Independence Day by Martina McBride. Got the Star Spangled Banner, but like the Whitney Houston version for some reason. I guess because she performed it at the Super Bowl.
It was amazing. I remember it.
And that was the list. There was 18 songs, but I think they left off one song that like I cannot think about, especially at a time like this in this country, without thinking about this song. Do you have any songs that you think they missed out?
I'm afraid to know, but I think you're going to let me know.
It's another one. Snowfield, the air, buries everything. Time to be scared. You better be aware. It's a nightmare. You better.
First of all, this little fuck pronounces it avalanche. That is not American.
You don't think
that is not a patriotic song?
I mean, of a sort. Just
If
not
I had
necessarily our country.
if I had to have a best song on that list, honestly, I would go with Independence Day. That's a great fucking song.
I figured it's 11 o'clock and Luke hasn't showed up yet, so he's probably not going to. So he's about to go hit that avalanche drop.
Yeah, well, enjoy work tomorrow, you limey. We live in America. We don't have to go to work tomorrow. We get to. Some of us still do.
Oh, Norab says Kuma is Japanese. Yeah, I was right. There you go. I wasn't being racist. The lore is he sold his soul for more power to master his fighting style to the death match. I was always more of a Tekken guy. I played Tekken a lot when I was a kid.
Oh, I played the shit. I think I told you we used to have fucking Tekken tournaments while we're all drinking.
Hell yeah.
Drunken Tekken tournaments. That's what we used to do. It was a good time. It was a good time. But Smark, AEW had their 300th episode last night. I thought it was pretty good.
3 is the best, absolutely. And yes, they did have their 300th episode.
They did. They did. I thought it was a pretty good episode last night. Next weekend, we're going to have All In over here in Dallas. And this show started off with a promo by Hangman. We talked a little bit about it already. Well, we talked about people in the audience already. Homos for Hangman is we're in the arena cheering him on, and he was happy. But he's been cutting these really passionate promos lately. Last night was no different. And he challenged Moxley to a Texas death match. And I love that Moxley comes out and he's like, no. I thought it was a funny way to answer it. But then Paige slaps him, this gets to a whole brawl. Claudio comes out, Wheeler Yuta comes out. They're interfering, they're attacking Paige. Joe, Shibata, and Hobbs, the ops, come down to even the odds. So Paige grabs the briefcase from Marina Shafir, and I love that he tells Michael, just want to remind you, I'm willing to do anything there is. And he hits Marina Shafir with the buckshot lariat.
Yes.
And the crowd went fucking nuts. The crowd loves some man-on-woman violence. A little scary for this supposedly progressive audience.
I was about to say, I know that's not where you're from, but as a Texas resident at the moment, does it make you feel a little bit offended that their way of promoting the Texas death match was to launch it to violence against women?
Nah, I don't give a fuck.
There you go.
I don't give a shit.
Also, like, how far down? Because anytime you're like in a state, it's always like the Texas death match or the Chicago street fight or this death match, that death match, so on and so forth. At what point do you start running into like diminishing returns? Like, does like the Vermont death match doesn't really sound super intimidating?
No, you'd have to have the let's see. You'd have to have the visceral Vermont vernacular.
Ooh, the visceral Vermont nope. Visceral Vermont vernacular.
Can't do it. Can't do it. It's gonna have to be a visceral Vermont beatdown.
Ooh, the Vermont beatdown.
That's right. You got any more you want to chime in with? Come on.
I don't. No Reb says he said no because he lost it to last Texas death match they had. See, there you go.
True. What do you want? Wisconsin? Wiley, Wisconsin workout. Got another one?
Ooh, the Denver Donnybrook.
The Denver Donnybrook.
That's right.
I like that one, actually. That's a good one, actually.
Portland Pier 6.
No. Let's see it. Portland. You have to have a Portland porta potty match because that place is a toilet.
I am mildly surprised that has never been, especially as much as Vince loved fucking potty humor and pottying on people, that there was never a like fucking casket match, but like with a porta potty, where you just had to lock your opponent into a porta potty.
He had a plumber for a gimmick at one point, so there was a
That
gimmick.
could have been his match.
That could have been. He could have had a porta potty match. That should have been it. That should have been it.
I mean, they had a match where you had to fucking slam your opponent at a dog shit for the love of God.
Missed that good stuff on TV. I know.
Mm-hmm. That's right. That's what I'm saying. We've gotten too far past the good old days where you could.
We've gone way past the good stuff. So this show was very Superman heavy. They're promoting that movie coming out. And speaking of movie, I forgot to mention when we were talking about the Street Fighter thing, Cody Rhodes is also in the new Naked Gun. He has a quick cameo in it as a bartender. So Cody Rhodes making a little Hollywood presence for himself lately.
If you could just give me a minute, you filibuster. I'm going to go ahead and just already give this a 1 star on IMDb.
Okay.
I already did not like the idea of this movie, which is fucking Liam Neeson being the Leslie Nielsen role. But you fucking add Cody Rhodes to this. It's like, why are you desecrating one of my favorite movie series?
I don't know. What do you want me to do? Filibuster here with my Hakeem Jeffries?
Mm-hmm. You are Hakeem Jeffries.
Okay. I look nothing like Hakeem Jeffries. Don't insult me like that. Anyway,
I may not know who that is. First company to have an alligator Alcatraz match. I believe that's going to be the WWE version of AAA, so you don't have to worry about that. That'll be pretty soon.
Holy shit, alligator Alcatraz match. Fucking beautiful. Not too soon at all.
It's actually too timely for wrestling. That shit won't happen for another 3 years.
By the way, with all the fucking crazy shit people talk about Florida, and you don't think they need another fucking prison? Let's be honest here, folks. Let's be honest here. Y'all know a lot of them crazy fuckers need to be locked up anyway.
I was actually thinking about that the other day. How is there not just a Florida man gimmick in wrestling?
I think Cody Deaner is kind of that, exactly. They've just never said it, but I believe Cody Deaner is kind of Florida man. Yeah. Jesus Christ, you could put, Mark Briscoe, if he wasn't from where he's from, he'd be Florida man.
True.
Crazy, hardly any teeth. That is Florida man right there. If he wasn't from Delaware. Delaware? Denver or
Delaware? No, not Denver, for sure.
Delaware. I like the alligator Alcatraz match. I like that. That's a good one.
And I think despite being Canadian, I do feel like Teddy Hart has big Florida man energy.
Well, he has Florida drug addict energy. Not sure how that
One
works.
and the same?
Go for it. We'll let it go. But how we got from Superman to this, I don't know. But this was promoting that new Superman film. And Tony Storm was back there with Rachel from the film, and it actually looked like they were having a really good time. I'm not sure how much of that was actually scripted. It didn't seem like some of it was, because Tony Storm looked like she wanted to do something. She was smiling. She is known to be a little on both sides, if you will. Mm-hmm. But that was just a quick segment backstage. Then we got to Mercedes Moné versus Mina Shirakawa. This match went way too long, if you ask me. All for Mercedes to just win, which we all knew was going to happen. I think it was too long. And I think we all knew after the match, Mercedes was going to attack Mina, and Tony Storm made the save. This match wrote itself, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, that was kind of a common problem for the matches like last night. There was a couple of different matches where people who are booked for the pay-per-view are wrestling people who are not booked for the pay-per-view. It's like, well, gee, I wonder who wins this one.
Right. Yeah. It was kind of just a weird. I mean, they still have next week, so we're okay. But then we go to this segment with the Young Bucks.
And I'm glad they mentioned it on commentary because that fucking bear thing at that high school or elementary school. I think it was elementary school.
Yeah, what though?
Super big.
That was creepy.
Taz spent like all night making fun of that stupid fucking statue. Like it was crazy.
That bear looked like every picture of Nikita Lyons.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, tell me there's not every picture of her is her with her ass out and looking behind her. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
That is every picture of her right there. But they showed this fucking segment. They're shown at a mall. They're all these places. They had by the way, that limo was at least 15 years old. That was not a new limo. That was an old limo. I've had a few limos in my life.
Do you think they destroy the limo next week?
Oh, maybe they step out and it explodes and you see their feet.
Ooh.
Oh, where have I seen that before? Oh, I don't know. Last time Vince had to come back to life because Benoit killed somebody. So
that'd be a wild way that was their way of introducing Vince to the company.
Oh, Jesus.
It's like, the name of the contract is McMahon Bell, but it's not Shane. It's right back.
Oh my God. Imagine Vince McMahon coming out in AEW. Saying he bought it. Oh my God.
That'd be wild. Like it'd be even more wild if he said he bought it, but he didn't buy it.
That would be. They even showed the Young Bucks at a mall, and I'm like, my God, every mall around me, it looks like it's about to fucking close down tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
But we did get a 4-way match for the number 2 spot in the men's casino gauntlet at All In. It was MJF, Brody King, Anthony Bowens, and AR Fox. MJF tried to pay off Brody King. Didn't work. And by the way, Brody King with that shirt, what he did was really cool. That shirt, the Abolish ICE shirt, he took all of the proceeds, all the money. He didn't make anything. He took all the money he made. It was 26 or 27,000, and he donated it to the families that have been affected by ICE.
Mm-hmm.
Great thing to do. Again, it doesn't matter if I agree with him or not. He did a great thing. I definitely think he did a good thing there. Donate to something he believes in. Good for him.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit if I believe in him. And again, it shouldn't matter if you believe in what the shirt said or if you believe in it. I believe in doing good things, and that was a great thing he did. He said he was going to do it, kept his word, did what he said he was going to do. And that's not exactly a little amount of money. That's, I can't remember if it was 26 or 27, but good job, Brody King. Very good job. But anyway, he tried to bribe him early on in the match, Brody King. Brody King just threw the money down. But MJF did end up winning this match. It was another long match, but after the match, you had Mark Briscoe come out. Crowd fucking loves them some Mark Briscoe, man. And I love the shirt. It said MJF has a tiny pickle.
Mm-hmm. A little picture of a pickle. T-shirt.
Everybody even had signs. One guy had a sign that had a pickle because it was kosher, it had a little Israel yarmulke on it.
Mm-hmm.
I saw that. I don't know why I saw a lot of signs there last night for some reason. They were showing them, I guess. But
making a comeback.
But next week, Smark, you know what we get?
No.
We're gonna get a talkie talk.
Hell yeah.
Well, we get a talkie talk next week on Dynamite. They're gonna have a talkie talk.
I mean, it's better than, I guess, just calling it a contract signing. It's better than that, at least.
When you're Mark Briscoe, I think calling it a talkie talk is much better.
Mm-hmm.
Much better. So, but after all that, Jet Speed was down there. Jet Speed being Kevin Knight, Speedball Mike Bailey.
I cannot wait
They're
to talk
attacking. What?
I said I cannot wait to talk about this.
Yeah. They're challenging the Hurt Syndicate. And well, go ahead. Talk about it. Get into it.
All right. So they come out.
Go ahead.
Like they come out, they get the jump on them, right? They get the jump on the Hurt Syndicate. They have the advantage for a minute, and then the Hurt Syndicate proceeds to beat the ever loving shit out of them. And then they call the Hurt Syndicate out again. And the Hurt Syndicate beats them up again, and they call them out like 3 different times. Like they stopped attacking them. Jet Speed called them back out, and they beat their ass again. And then it ends with Kevin Knight being like, Shelton Benjamin, if you could beat my ass one more time, let's do it on Collision. Like you can't beat my ass 20 times in a row. I'll eventually not get my ass whooped. So if you want to beat my ass on Collision, then let's do that. And Shelton's like, all right, cool, I guess. Like I kind of wanted to have a long weekend, but I'll beat you up, I suppose. Like the last 3 weeks, maybe a month, have just been them getting their ass whooped by the Hurt Syndicate just over and over and over again to promote a match at the pay-per-view where they will probably once again get beat up by the Hurt Syndicate. It's like they've made them out to look like total absolute bitches.
Yeah, they have. But and they've been together for like what, 3 weeks? 4 weeks maybe?
Yeah, like honestly only like a month or two. Like they're a new tag team, and like before this Speedball was competing. Like he was in that triple threat with fucking Omega and Ricochet. Like they were positioning him as being a legitimate like singles competitor that could like potentially be in the world title picture at some point. Yeah, now it's the last month or so he's just got his ass whooped by the Hurt Syndicate.
They're just not good at. They're just not good at putting out stuff like that. I don't know. They just AEW just focuses on the weird stuff, man. Not right.
But it's not even like they've gotten the advantage like a week or two. Like, no, they just literally every week the Hurt Syndicate comes out and beats their ass. And this is to promote a match at the pay-per-view, which again, Hurt Syndicate will probably beat their ass again. And if they don't, then it looks even worse because like, okay, why would you want to root for them as tag team champions or you just watch them get their ass whooped for a month? Like if they win, it's going to be worse. And if they lose, then like, why ever have them team again? Like literally, they just got their ass whooped for a solid month. Like it, like even the feud that they had with the Outrunners, like it made the Outrunners look more viable, which was still just the Outrunners getting their ass whooped, but at least you had a like training montage.
Yeah, but where are the Outrunners now?
Feuding with FTR, which is in the eyes of AEW a good thing, in the eyes of me because I don't like Dax Harwood, not a good thing, but
yeah, I know. Well. This all led us to a trios match. Smark with Takeshita and the Young Bucks versus Bandito and Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong. How did they suddenly turn babyface? Did I miss something? O'Reilly and Strong, they were literally just, weren't they just, you know what? I don't give a fuck about either guy. So don't even bother.
Right, no, what happened was that they were
I don't give a fuck.
They were bad guys and they were trying to get Adam Cole to like join their ranks. And Adam Cole didn't want anything to do with it. And then Adam Cole got divorced and they felt bad for him. So now they're all friends and they're all good guys.
Yeah. Even the bullshit story isn't interesting. Okay.
No, it really isn't. I can only do so much with what I have to work with.
No, you did great. I appreciate it. I appreciate you trying to make it interesting.
I stand by the idea that if you have a faction of just like wrestlers that are currently divorced and they just like live in like a fucking extended stay apartment, like that would be just a phenomenal trio, stable faction.
The extended stayers?
Mm-hmm, the divorced dads, something like that.
Divorce. Well, they're not all dads, but you call them.
Yeah, but I mean, kayfabe.
Let's see, the divorced destructors.
Mm-hmm.
The destructors of divorce. Doesn't sound right. We'll figure that one out. What are you doing? My little dog is still in here. She didn't want to get out. my kids haven't been here since Sunday, and it's very quiet.
Alimony Alliance.
Very scary. What?
The Alimony Alliance?
Ooh, that's a good one. I like that. But anyway. Let's see. What was that? Did we it was Takeshita and the Young Bucks defeated the so-called baby faces. Bandito's very over. I did want to say that. Bandito's pretty over with the crowd. They like his gimmicks, even some of the ridiculous stuff he does. They like it. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying some of it is ridiculous, but he pulls it off. It looks good. It's not a bad thing.
Sure. Yeah, he's got some cool moves. They're saying he's they're not saying it's an actual fact. He's the Ring of Honor champion. He's wrestling Takeshita at the Ring of Honor pay-per-view, which I believe is the Friday before all of this.
Yeah. Then we had this whole. Finally, the Young Bucks are brawling with Will Ospreay and Swerve. And my God, I just wanted this fucking segment to end. I just wanted it to end. What it finally ended with was the Young Bucks originally refused to put their EVP titles on the line. Will Ospreay sweetened the deal. He raised the stakes.
To be fair, like, good point, because, like, why? They were like, well, what the fuck? What isn't it for us? Like, okay, we're supposed to put our EVP on the line, and we get nothing out of it. Like, we're not fucking idiots. No, go fuck yourself.
Even Ian Riccaboni was like, that's a really good point. That's like a point. That is very poignant.
Mm-hmm.
Very. And he's right. It is. And like you just said, it was a good point. What the fuck is in it for us? So they gave him something that if him and Swerve don't win, neither of them will challenge for the world title for 1 year. Only 1 year. Swerve's hesitant, but eventually agrees. So there you go. That is going to be the stipulation for All In. We're going to put some shit on the line, and even the EVP titles. So Young Bucks will probably take another few months off after this match, is what I'm thinking.
See, I think it could go either way, which is what makes it interesting. It's like Swerve and Ospreay could lose. Because, like, what's kind of a bummer to me is that we're not even going to get to do the thing where, like, you have them pretend to be, like, in charge for a couple of weeks, and you just have a couple of, like, zany, kooky segments. They just straight up said that if they win, they're going to give the power to the people. And by power to the people, they just mean they're going to let Tony Khan be in charge, which Tony Khan's still in charge anyway. So they're just like, yeah, well, if we win the titles, or if we win the match, we're going to just let Tony Khan be in charge, and you don't get to be in charge anymore. It's like, all right, cool.
Yeah. Yeah, so, if we lose, it'll be the same that it has been anyway. The Bucks need a shave, Nora.
Norb says Bucks need a shave, and then he says, I have a bad feeling, Jungle is going to return to interfere in this match.
Very good possibility. Old Mr. Perry could definitely return. And I think it'd be a good time for him to do that. That could be. You're 100% right. Although, what if he comes back as a babyface too?
I think they tried that. I think it didn't go well.
No, because he comes back and he does the same bullshit babyface stuff. He tries to pander to the crowd. He throws his dad in there, because everyone loved his dad. So he's not a babyface. I think he's a better heel, and people had never seen him as a heel. I think he's a better heel.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, we only got a few more things to go here. We had the tag team match with Will Ospreay and Swerve versus the Beast Mortos and Dralistico. We had Ospreay and Swerve win. After that whole promo shit, if they didn't win that match, they would have looked like two bitches.
they make that match. They decide to put on the line, but if they don't win, they're going to not get a title shot for another year. They do the whole promo. God. And then the Hurt Syndicate comes out, beats their ass too.
Just for the hell of it.
It's just like, we're just going to run train on all of you. Everyone gets their ass whooped by the Hurt Syndicate.
Oh, Jesus. that is a whole nother video. I don't know if TBS can show that.
I don't know how you managed to work in the Superman promotion into that. That'd be a little bit tricky.
So Superman sees Wonder Woman, right?
Mhm.
And
Meanwhile, back at the Hall of Justice,
he's really horny. Meanwhile, back at the Hall of Justice. Okay.
That's right.
Aquaman is jerking off in a cup. Anyway, okay.
He's holding the camera like he's fucking Brad Max. Butt ass naked, holding the fucking iPhone camera.
Oh shit. Oh, okay. So we finally had the main event, folks, which was Aquaman jerking off in a cup. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. It was Okada versus Ibushi. It was a good match. I enjoyed this match. It was a fun match. I think we all knew Okada was going to win this match, and he did. But Ibushi did get hit with a ton of rainmakers. Almost wins with a top rope tiger driver, but Okada took him out eventually. Don Callis family comes out, and I'm sure Smark was so happy. They started attacking Ibushi. And who comes out but Kenny Omega? And him and Ibushi go out there, and they start running shit. And finally, they hug at the end. And I believe these two were a team. Golden Lovers, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, New Japan.
Reunited, folks.
That's right.
And it feels so good.
Yeah, because they shake hands and hug and everything, and they're reunited, and then their Sunday comes out and whips their ass.
A couple of weeks it'll happen. But that was AEW, folks. We still have 1 week left, and then we get to All In Texas here in Dallas. Well, 2 some hours away from me. I'm definitely not going to that shit.
You don't say.
Well, they'll be in Garland one night, which is only an hour and 50 from me. So, but still, I'm not much for crowds and parking and dealing with people.
But surely you'll be going to see on July 11th Superman, whatever the title of the movie is.
No,
because they had the bad guy in the Superman movie hanging out with MJF. I don't remember what his name was, but he's like,
yes,
I'm a bad guy too. Let's be friends.
I saw that. But no, I didn't. But no, I'd rather watch the new. I got some movies today. Did you know? Speaking of Liam Neeson, he made a new movie. He was in a movie called Ice Road. The Ice Road.
Yeah, Ice Road Truckers.
Ice Road Truckers was the show. I believe he made a movie called The Ice Road.
It's a movie about the show.
No, it was. I think it might have been. The show might have been about the movie. Let's see here.
Well, it was based on a book.
Liam Neeson, is it?
No.
What? What are you talking about here?
Yes, the popular Jane Austen book, Ice Road Truckers.
Oh, Jane Austen, like the Mafia book. I can't believe he is 73 years old and still a fucking awesome action star. Let's see here. Let's go into Liam Neeson. That movie was called. He made a new one. I just got it. That Ice Road Vengeance is what I just got. And the other one, I think, my God, it was a few years back. It was him and Lawrence Fishburne. Yeah, The Ice Road. It was called The Ice Road. It was him, Lawrence Fishburne. Who else was in this movie? No one you'd care about. Oh, Holt McCauley. Holt McCallany is in this movie. He's a very underrated actor. But yeah, good movie. He made another one, Ice Road Vengeance. I got that, and I finally got that new John Wick, the ballerina movie. Been really wanting to see that movie.
Mm-hmm.
And I got the new John Cena movie, Heads of State. Him and Idris Elba.
Right on.
I'll check that out too. So, but anyway, folks, we I think are done. I don't think we have anything else. I think we're gonna go ahead and head out of here so y'all can relax, enjoy the night before July 4th. Definitely be safe tomorrow night, folks. Want you to go into July 5th with all your fingers, all your features, all your toes, everything that you had before. If you were already missing one, it's fine. You're already missing one, that's fine. What?
No, I'm trying to remember. There was a New York Giants player a while back that blew off his fingers with fireworks. Trying to remember.
So you gotta be careful of that. Gotta be careful of that. If you only had 9 fingers to go into this holiday and you still have 9, we're good. Just have all the fingers you had when you went into it. And be careful. Be careful, folks. A lot of barbecues tomorrow. Watch you driving out there. You know, there's always cops out on these holidays, so be careful out there. And like I said, will be back this week with, I'll do a Michael Madsen tribute. I think he's definitely worth that with 300 plus movies in his repertoire. We'll definitely be doing that this weekend. Smark, let them know where they can find those archives, my man.
Hell yeah, Jason Pierre-Paul was who I was thinking of. If you look him up, there will be pictures of him playing with the clubbed hand because he blew off some of his fingers with fireworks. Anyways, if you want to hear more talk about Jason Pierre-Paul, what you want to do is you want to listen to totally inappropriate team sports. That's kids. Check out the archive on the YouTube. New episodes beginning this September. We are on hiatus at the moment, but we're coming on back right in time for the football season.
There you go. As usual, definitely check them out over there. You can check out all those archives. Catch up, be ready for September. If you start now, it'll be September when you catch up. So go ahead and start now. Do that. Do that, everybody. And like I said, I'll be back here. And thank you, everybody, for coming on in. Thank you for listening. And like I said, just be safe. And we will be back here next week, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on YouTube with Wrestling Outlet. Definitely don't forget, folks, like, subscribe. We're still trying to get to that 100. Go start a new account, subscribe. Have fun. Have fun. You know you want to go troll someone anyway. Start yourself a troll account and like Wrestling Outlet on YouTube. Okay? Have fun with it. There you go. You can even troll us. You can troll us too. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be fun. People troll us in the chat room all the time. We don't care. Anyway, folks.
If you show up at my house, do not steal the BB gun that I have on my porch.
You show up at my house. That ain't a BB gun. All right. That's bait. That's bait. That's what that is. So, all right, folks. Enjoy again, please. We are serious. Please be safe out there tomorrow night. And that's it.
Look after your pets.
Yes. Very good, Smark. You're right. Everybody, make sure your pets are good. If they need medicine, give it to them. Take care of your pets, folks. It's going to be loud. It's going to be loud tomorrow night. See ya!